Welcome to No Treecko Week. What happened? Triple Type Week is a week that focuses on you catching water, electric, and fire type Pokemon. Somehow 2 of the Hoenn starters made it to this week and 1 of them didn't. Although to be fair, we did get a grass event previously from one of the flower festivals, so I guess it was about time other types get an event anyway. And plus, there's a very good reason why it's these 3 types and nothing else. And that's because 2 weeks from the start of this event is the return of the legendary event where we'll get to encounter all 3 legendaries, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. So it only makes sense that we get electric, fire, and water type catchers to help prepare for this week, because those types of Pokemon will be better when used during this event. But in case you haven't noticed, 2 of the Pokemon that are shown here, Torchic and Mudkip, they are not fire and water types when you evolve them. So somehow they got pushed to the front of advertising, yet they're not really relevant for the legendary event 2 weeks after. And while it is a good idea to hunt these Pokemon because they are the best in their own niche, it's not what you need for the legendary event. We will cover the legendary event in a separate video because it's going to be a bit longer. But I just want to highlight that if you use fire, water, electric type Pokemon during the legendary event, they will get skill levels boosted by 3 or 5 for weeks 1 and 2 of that event. So that's not to say you can't use other Pokemon, but water, fire, electric will get a boost in this way. And also those 3 types will be the guaranteed favorite berries of the legendary weeks. Anyway, we'll come back to that in another video. Welcome back to another Pokemon Sleep video. It's Bro Vinny here. Today we're talking about the triple type week. We're going to take a look at the value bundles and where you should go and which Pokemon you should hunt. The event will begin on the 25th of August, basically next week from the release of this video. It will happen in all areas, so you can choose whichever one you want, although only fire, electric, and water types will be boosted for this week. The main bonus is that you will get 1 extra hungry Pokemon per day, but it will only apply to the first session of the day. As usual, there will also be a mini candy boost feature during this event. You can use up to 50 candies with the feature every day. The recommendation for mini candy boost as usual is to use it on low level Pokemon and Pokemon where candies are hard to come by. And that's mostly what you'd want to know about the bonuses. Now, where should you go for this event? It is getting tougher and tougher with every event, with more and more Pokemon spawn in terms of recommending where to go. Personally, I'll be going to Green Grass Expert Mode, and I recommend this for veteran players, not because of any specific spawn reasons, but rather I need the area bonus, the expert bonus, to go up before the legendary event or any other future important events. For everyone else, here are the boosted spawns for all of the areas: Greengrass, Cyan Beach, Taupe Hollow, Snowdrop, Lakeside, Power Plant, and Expert Greengrass. As you can see, this list is huge. Because now I didn't actually count, but I think it's every single fire, water, and electric type that's being boosted. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments section below. Thankfully, we have banana tags for this beautiful graphic that shows us all of the boosted spawns for all of the areas. Let me get my face out of here because then you can see better. Here are all of the boosted spawns for the triple type week. One thing to note is that when there's too many boosted spawns like at Green Grass Isle, then you're less likely to get the thing that you actually want because they'll all be competing for your spawn count. So the 8 spawns that you get per session. The advantage of running in, say, Snowdrop Tundra during this week is that if you are just focusing on either the Pawmi line, Mareep line, Psyduck line, or Slowpoke line, then it has less competition. You are more likely to get these boosted spawns than other areas. For every other area that is not Snowdrop, it just looks like there's too many boosted spawns. It's unlikely that you'll be able to focus on one specific species. So my recommendation is to download this image and just circle everything that you actually want and see which area has the most. So something like this. This is my personal list of Pokemon where I haven't invested or need to catch better versions, better stats. I would probably avoid Silent Beach myself because, well, Mudkip and Quaxly are the only things I really want from there, which is not a lot relative to the number of boosted spawns, but also neither of these two are actually relevant to the water typing during the legendary event. On final evolution, Mudkip is ground type and Quaxly is fighting. So I guess I'm not in any urgent need of these two species. The same is true for Lapis Lakeside. There's not a lot that I'm looking for here, but relatively speaking, there are less other boosted spawns, so I'm more likely to encounter the Torchic or the Quaxly line. The Pawmi line would be nice to get for this legendary event because you pretty much get free level up all the way to level 6 throughout the 2 legendary weeks, because you get 3 free boosted levels for week 1 and 5 free boosted levels for week 2. If you catch a Pawmi from base evolution and evolve it twice, it will be level 3. Being an energy for everyone healer, it maxes out at level 6. So immediately you'll get level 6 if you fully evolved to Pawmot. And the additional advantage of the Pawmi line is, of course, if you're running an expert ticket for Legendary Week, which I think will be really worthwhile, during that week, electric berries will be guaranteed as a favorite berry, meaning that Pawmot will be the best healer if you're running expert mode for the legendary event. The only issue about Pawmi is that you do need to sleep 150 hours to fully evolve it. So if you're planning to use a Pawmot for the legendary weeks because of its electric typing, it may be worth going to Snowdrop to speed up your hunt for the Pawmi line. Although personally, I would still prefer to get my 5% area bonus for expert mode, so I'll still be stuck in green grass expert mode for the triple type week and the following week before the legendary event, and just hope to catch a good Pawmi during this triple type week. A number of other honorary mentions, especially the Plusle and Minun line. While they are normally quite expensive to catch and invest because they're skill specialists that don't evolve, so usually they're stuck on skill level 1 unless you drop 6 main seeds. Remember that during the legendary event, you'll get 5 boosted levels for electric types for week 2 and 3 for week 1. If you happen to roll main favorite for electric types, you will pretty much get these plus and minus skills immediately to level 7 without a single bit of investment, which makes Plusle and Minun super powerful for the legendary event. So if you catch a good one, consider that it will be a cheap and powerful use for the legendary event. Even if it's not that great, at least you haven't wasted any main skill seeds on them. So consider catching yourself a Plusle and a Minun. The only catch is you gotta make sure that there's something to use them for, which I'll cover in the legendary event video. It is crucial to get a good Dedenne if you haven't got one, or at least a Mudkip for Tasty Chance S. I didn't highlight Dedenne here because, as I said, this is my personal list. I already have a very good invested Dedenne. So I recommend that you go through this image and circle the Pokemon that you want to hunt during this event and see which area is suitable for you. And finally, let's take a look at the triple week bundles. They are actually very similar bundles. The main difference is which Pokemon incense you get. They all cost the same. The electric one has Plusle and Minun incenses, the fire one has Torchic incense, and the water one has Mudkip incense ×2. Do be aware that while it is a water bundle and a fire bundle, the final evolution of these Pokemon are not fire and water. Looking at the value compared to buying them in the diamond shop, each bundle is approximately 33% discount. You can also think of it as just buying the biscuits, because 6 Great Biscuit and 6 Poke Biscuit add up to about 1500 diamonds, and then you're just getting the incense and the candies for free. So the clear choice is pick the incense that you want if you're buying one of these bundles. Otherwise, hold on to your diamonds for maybe the legendary event. If I had to make a recommendation, I would say Mudkip incense is probably the one to go for, because Mudkip, well, is a bit cheaper to catch compared to Plusle and Minun, and if you don't have a good Tasty Chance Pokemon, Mudkip, being a berry specialist, still provides a very good potential with its Tasty Chance S. Torchic is better than Primeape, but if you have a really good Primeape already, you probably don't have any urgent need for a Torchic. For Plusle and Minun, if you're only catching them for the legendary event so that you can use them without investing any main seeds, you don't really need a really good one, you just need any at all. Because the power of a skill specialist mainly lies in its skill level. All the sub skills and other stats are important, but not as important. So you won't need really good ones to make good use of them during the legendary event. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments section below. Stay tuned for the information regarding this event in my next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.